Everyone remembers the scene where the snake bites the man's penis. But who remembers the actual story? What about suck the poison out of my ass? Is that plot progression?
Okay, I'll do it.
What? Oh, there'll be no sucking.
All I can remember for sure is Red Bull. I was shown Red Bull 4 times within the first 10 minutes of the movie. Here's the main guy drinking Red Bull after riding a sick-ass dirt bike. How many Red Bulls do I need to drink to be like this guy? A whole crate, you say? Oh no, now he's being chased. Don't forget your Red Bulls. Now you're under arrest for being too awesome. Only alpha male bad boys would drink Red Bull. Maybe we don't remember the story too well because our brains are suffering a B12 deficiency. Now you're fucking ready to pay attention to this movie.
Everybody strap in. I'm about to open some fucking windows.
After catching some sweet air on his radical dirt bike, Sam, the standard protagonist man, cracks open a delicious can of Red Bull and goes for a stroll. And then out of nowhere, bam, there's a guy hanging by his legs. Mistaking him for Spider-Man, Sam goes in for an upside down kiss, but he says, "Get out of here, you freak." While hiding in the bushes, Sam witnesses this mafia type fella playing a little baseball with the hanging guy's face. Sam decides the best thing to do is start his dirt bike and run away, immediately alerting them to his presence. He's safe at home until moments later when he isn't because the mafia found him. Sam can rest easy because Samuel L. Jackson was looking out for him, and we hear this line of dialogue which we need to remember for the end of the movie.
Do as I say and you live.
Sam Jackson convinces Sam... this isn't going to work. We got 2 Sams. Officer Jackson convinces Sam to fly to LA and testify against mafia man Eddie Kim. So we transition to Honolulu Airport. And we meet some of the wacky side characters who we'll be flying with today. Well, aside from the silly snakes. That's just a given. We got some rapper guy who says "aight" a lot.
Alright. Alright, sure. God bless you. I gotta get out of here and catch this flight, alright? Y'all take care. Catch the next album.
He's also a germaphobe, so his name is going to be Handy Sanitizer. Look, I'm reviewing snakes on a plane. I'm saving my good jokes for good movies, like Mr. Plopper's Penguins.
No.
Moving on, we have basic blonde bitch with her dog called Mary Kate, because it's 2006. And she's talking with nervous guy and very tolerant wife.
Mary Kate, hush. Sorry, she gets nervous flying.
Do you think she wants some Xanax?
Oh, no, she's okay.
Yes, she means yes. She would like to give her tiny dog a powerful sedative designed for a fully grown human body to digest safely. What's the worst that can happen? Give it 2 whole bottles. Just keep piling it with Xanax. Speaking of animals on drugs, there's a whole plane filled with snakes, and this guy is spraying Lays with pheromones to make the snakes horny. But why is he doing this? Well, Eddie Kim had the brilliant idea of releasing hundreds of snakes mid-flight to take out Sam while he's being transported to testify, which I know sounds like a stupid plan. A plan with so many variables that it would be almost impossible to guarantee its success. But Eddie Kim says,
Are you sure about this?
Accidents happen. You think I didn't exhaust every other option?
every other option, huh? I would give all my money to hear the ideas that Eddie Kim rejected before settling for this. How about we get this guy to strap a bomb to the underside of the plane? Nah, that's stupid. Okay, we hire a sniper in a helicopter to take out Sean when he exits the airport on the other side. Yeah, we could, but that's not very theatrical. Okay, I've got it. Let's fill a box with a variety of venomous snakes. Hundreds of venomous snakes. We'll get them boxed up and through security somehow within a day's notice. Oh, and also let's chuck in a large constrictor to the mix, just to spice it up a little bit. Then what we hope is going to happen is the snakes will remain in the box without killing each other in a snake sex deprived rampage. So they're going to stay alive just long enough until mid-flight, where a device will then release them into the cargo hold. And then from there, we have no control as to what the snakes will do. And finally, step 3, profit.
Oh, I get it.
Alrighty then folks, this is your captain speaking. Now we've got the snakes on board, it's time to pay attention to the instructions given by our lovely flight attendants, some of whom I've made inappropriate sexual advances on.
I was hoping you'd be the sky candy on this flight. You're looking especially delicious this evening.
And I should definitely be fired by now. The other flight attendants are too old or too sexually ambiguous for me to get my rocks off with. You can basically disregard the safety tips. I'm pretty sure most of us are destined to die on this flight. So I guess the only instruction I can give is to not think about what's happening too much. It's gonna seem a tad ridiculous and just roll with it. And also please don't smile at our attendants like a forward-facing crocodile. Alrighty then folks, next stop Los Angeles. After the snakes break loose, the first victims are these horny freaks who break safety instructions and possibly the law by disconnecting the smoke detector, leaving a snake-friendly hole in the ceiling. He gets bit in the neck and she gets bit on the boob. Lucky goddamn snake. The next victim is this electrical box. I think this snake would have died from doing that, but he's CGI, so he's invincible. The next person to go of any significance is the captain. And then this movie shifts into 5th gear. Sparks are flying, there's turbulence and 10 snakes for every one helpless human. This is what we all came to see. People dying in as many creative ways as possible. We got Death by Cobra tag team. Woman turns into a zombie from snake bites. Woman's heel gets friggin' jammed into this guy's ear during a stampede. Sexually ambiguous flight attendant throws a snake into a microwave.
Who's your daddy now, bitch?
Well, that's gonna make the plane smell horrible. Then the old lady flight attendant gets bit on the arm while saving a baby's life. There's a kid on board who's been bitten on the hand, but luckily this pretty lady is here, and she has the know-how to suck out the poison and spit it into a cup. One of Handy Sanitizer's bodyguards also has a bite on his arse cheek, and he gets really excited about the idea of her sucking his arse cheeks.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is arse cheek sucking a fetish? What kind of arousal could you possibly get from this? Hey, remember the protagonist guy? I'd forgotten about him because he's basically had nothing to do this entire flight. So the story gives him something to do.
What was the first thing I said to you?
Things have changed. You have a whole plane full of snakes. God, do as I say you live.
Now, I need you to stay up here by the air phone. When Agent Harris calls, you come and get me.
You hear that phrase again?
Do as I say you live.
That's 2 times you've heard it now. So you're definitely going to remember it by the end of the movie, right? Protagonist man has been told to stand by the phone to wait for a snake expert to call up some advice to Officer Jackson, because without this advice he can't deal with the snake problem. Aside from that problem, a new one arises when the pervy pilot dies. But luckily one of the bodyguards claims he knows how to fly, but he can't get in the cockpit until they clear it for the snakes. Are you ready for the legendary line?
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfuckers.
YouTube doesn't recommend videos with bad words. I'm sorry. Officer Jackson shoots out one of the windows and the pressure sucks all the snakes away. Mythbusters did an episode about this and basically debunked this movie trope. It's an interesting but uneventful segment. So let's get back to snakes being sucked off the plane. The bodyguard reveals that his only flight experience is from a PlayStation 2 flight simulator.
Sir, are you telling me that your only real flight time is at the controls of a video game?
It's kind of funny. He lands the plane as smoothly as can be expected and the ground team rush into their aid. The snake guy asks,
Did anyone see the snake that bit this boy?
Show him, sweetie, it's okay.
I couldn't find the snake that bit him, so I drew a picture.
He's got an inferior energy drink coursing through his veins. We need Red Bull, stats. Okay, so here it is, the big payoff. Are you ready with that line of dialogue memorized?
What was the first thing you ever told me?
Do as I say and you live.
Exactly. Now it's your turn. Do as I say and you live.
Oh, they're surfing. They're surfing their way out of the movie and all is well. So you can finally kick back and relax. I'm glad this movie exists in the same way that I'm glad Red Bull exists. The contents are confusing to read into and consuming it more than once in your life is not recommended. But I'm still going to because I never listened to my gut before and I'm not about to start. Also, I'm very addicted to caffeine. It's a real problem and I need help. Good night, everyone.